thanks for joining me again on another episode of Monsta MTV. Today we're going to do something different. One of our customers a few months ago directed us and guided us towards one of the Facebook page groups called Building, Renovating and DIY Forum, or DIY group I should say. And we've been looking at that for a few months now, and some really good inquiries we see from many people around the country with various questions on various applications that are renovating and DIY related. So for something different today, I've actually picked a few off the forum, and I'm going to read them out and show you some images which you'll see, and answer them from the Chief Monsta's point of view. And so, Lizzie, you ready to go? All right, so first one we got from Carly. And Carly has inquired saying that we've recently built a house, and when water's running anywhere in the house we can hear it through the walls, especially in our bedroom. Is this normal? It's loud enough to wake my toddler in the next room. Thanks. Carly, and anyone who's experiencing this, that's a serious issue, particularly if you're telling us it's a recently built house. There's something not right there. Now, I'm assuming that you've got no leaks, otherwise the noise would be the least of your issues. You'd have water and moisture staining showing somewhere. However, you've obviously got pipes between the cavities of those walls, and that requires the expertise of a plumber. If it's recently been built, you should have still access to your builder who built the house. If you've been a homeowner builder or an owner builder, and you've engaged a plumbing trade for those works, you need to get them in and ask that. If you have no luck either way, you need to engage yourself with a consultant and get some professional advice, because there is no way any pipes in a new home between wall cavities should be making that much noise that you're saying that your toddler is woken up next door. Now, there should always be, there should be no completely empty void between two sheets of lining or gyprock, if you want to call that, plasterboard. And yes, water is designed to run through pipes, but it should be seamless and silent. So please, try those avenues first. It's not something you're going to be able to do yourself. You need to get a professional involved in that, and probably reiterates what we're finding in the marketplace, that many people are going to forums like this because they may not trust the professional advice that's out there. But this is a case where you're going to have to ensure that you take the right channels, because there's no way you can just cut into that wall. And until someone sees that, a professional consultant, building consultant, would be able to help you and guide you in how to remediate that and get that right. So it's a serious one, because you're not going to expect that in the noise. It'd be a horror story even if you bought the house and found that. But yeah, check it out with a professional. This next one's a good one. So Steve has inquired and saying, hi guys, I have this disgusting and unsafe half-assed concrete drain in our backyard, stormwater, that I want to remove. Should I replace the whole lot with a channel and grate system, or can I use an ag pipe? And look, the reality is, we've seen many homes like this where there is a drain that's been built or been acquired by a homeowner that drains water away, particularly when there's heavy rains. That's a trip hazard. That's an accident waiting to happen. That photo, as you can see on screen now, someone's going to break their ankle. No doubt, me being a clumsy one in the backyard like that, playing cricket with my kids, I would end up with plaster casts all over my ankle, probably up to knee height with that. Yes, you may need an ag drain there, but there's some really good strip drains now you can utilise and find, and you'd be able to maybe do some patchwork on that grass area. Get a strip drain put in there that's nice and solid and stable, that is trafficable, will take the weight, still gives you the same effect with, you wouldn't want to fill it up, because then you've got no drain, it's probably going to ruin your lawn. But get a strip drain that you can apply there, will take foot traffic and stop any debris like leaves and branches, etc. When the kids or dogs might want to try and put down the drain. But a grate it's there to protect you, have the same effect with water draining away, and make your backyard a lot more safer and probably better on the eye. So check them out. There's a lot of brands now that have got those, and they come in all different sizes in terms of widths and depths. You need to try and understand what volume of water that drain is designed to take that you've currently got. But yeah, I can see you've got a very large drain at the end of that point there. So find the strip drain that'll work and the depth of it that's going to cover in the worst case scenarios of rain, and stabilise that base, install it. You need to probably concrete mortar it in, and then it's there for life. It should be, and you can always take the grate out and clean it out if you ever need to. But yeah, an easy one, but I can see why you want to fix up that half-assed concrete drain you have mentioned there in that one. This one here is a common one, which has been from Annie, and it talks about grout, and this is a response that she's had from a builder. So you can see these photos now. There's grout coming out with fingers, and I'm assuming Annie have pulled that grout out of a joint, saying that there's a warranty period for 2 years left with the builder. Grout is an important one. We spoke about repairing grout a couple episodes ago on this program. However, if this is a new home and you've got 2 years left, that's not your responsibility to fix. That's still within the builder's warranty period. I'm not 100% certain from what I can see those photos, but if that's come from a wall-floor junction or a wall-to-wall junction, there should be no grout in that joint. It should be a silicone or a flexible sealant in that joint, because those joints are designed to move for tile growth and move in the substrate or the surface. So make sure that if anyone comes out from the builder to repair that, don't get them to re-grout it. That's just lip service. They need to put a flexible sealant in there, which is as per the Australian building standard. So make sure you get that right. But if you are doing if it's a grout joint that has come out where it's not a wall-to-floor junction and just a grout joint between tiles, and it's come out like that, then the quality of grout is either very poor, or hasn't been mixed right. There are some really good additives in the market that you can use. A lot of good grouts will have an anti-shrink property to them anyway. So if you are left to ever do this sort of job yourself, and in your situation, Annie, I don't believe you have to do this to yourself, but if anyone else out there is watching this and they've got a grout issue, find a good quality grout, make sure it's got some sort of flexibility anti-shrink property, and use it where grout's required. If it's a flexible sealant joint, go ahead and use a flexible sealant, because that's what you're going to need. Very, very important. And our last one for today is one that's very, very close to heart, and it's from Amber. And you'll see that she's got an old brown brick wall, and looks very, very similar to an old brick wall that we had the style curator put on her show and blog, in terms of using one of our colour wash Monsta paints. And it looks like there's a diluted paint that's been used there to sort of brush over those walls. We've got our colour wash range in the Monsta colour wash range that is designed for surfaces just like that. That will give you that whitewashed effect, but we have it in various colours. You can check out the monstershop.com website and the buy paint page, and we'll showcase those different colours that we have available. But if you are looking to give that brick wall a facelift and do it on the most cost-effective side, a colour wash paint is the way to go. Your other options are you can pad it out with plasterboard sheeting and repaint it so you hide that brick look, or you can get a render in there to render over that. They are going to be the two more expensive options, but it depends on what the look is you're after and the option you can get out of that to satisfy your needs. But yes, based on what I've seen on those photos there, it looks like you've been playing around with some paint that you've diluted. You don't need to dilute the Monsta colour wash paint. It's just ready to use, and go for it. Thanks for joining me again for this one. If you've got any questions at all related to our products or anything you've seen in this program, or if you think you might have a bit of a question that you've been pushing through to these types of Facebook groups or forums, but you're not 100% certain you're getting the advice, ring our Monsta crew. Ring 1-800-666-782. We're here to help you, and we can answer those questions, and if we can't, we'll guide you in the direction we believe is going to give you the best advice. Interesting fact, I bet many people don't know this one, and I've got to tell my mum this because she's a bit of a clean freak. But the next time she builds, and if you're building out there and you are making sure that you've got always antibacterial properties on things like knobs and handles, some metals actually naturally have an antimicrobial property to them. Antimicrobial meaning that they almost self-disinfect. Brass is your best option. Out of all the metals that have those properties, brass knobs, brass handles actually have an antimicrobial effect on their own. I didn't even know that, and I've been doing this for a long time. I just got thrown to me about an hour ago and I'm still buzzing over it. So, if you are going to look at new handles, knobs, window fixtures, and you've got the option for brass, it might cost you more up front at the start, but you're not going to have to use your bleach and Enyo and anything else around it because it'll disinfect on its own. So particularly if you've got areas where kids are handling around or food areas, it's a great option. Thanks for joining me again on this episode of Monsta MTV. We'll see you next time.